everyone, and welcome to the Mogul Performance Podcast. This is episode number 1, and today we're going to talk about breaking the misconceptions, what is coaching, and what it isn't. So I just want to briefly introduce myself. My name is Evan. I am the founder of Mogul Performance. I am a leadership coach dedicated to helping leaders unlock their full potential and make a lasting impact, not just in their businesses, but also in their personal lives. So just a little bit about me. I am a veteran of the United States Air Force. I served 9 years in the Air Force, 4 years of which were at the White House. I have a doctorate in human and organizational psychology. So in simple language, that means I am a leadership psychologist, you could say. I also am a professional coach certified by the International Coaching Federation, also known as the ICF. I've helped and coached leaders in businesses all across the world in tech and healthcare, in government, and all those industries and spaces as well. I am also the founder of Mogul Performance. Mogul Performance was created to help redefine what leadership coaching looks like. It's not just about achieving your goals. It's about building the skills and the resilience and the vision to lead yourself into the person that you want to be as a leader and then create extraordinary results in your business or your organization. So at Mogul Performance, we have some packages that we use that are customized to almost any kind of leader. We have one for that new emerging leader. That is our core package. It's great for that fundamental leadership development skills. There is the MVP package. That is more for that mid-level manager, someone who has a little bit more experience in a leadership position. And then we have the Mogul package, really for that highly driven individual or that executive who's really trying to charge and unlock that potential that they have and reach that next step, for that individual who maybe even feels stuck a little bit and help them move forward. So now the promotional is out of the way, let's get into the episode. So today we're going to talk about coaching. What is coaching? What it is, what it isn't. The word coaching it's used incorrectly, and by no one's fault, really. Coaching, by some people, they think it's maybe like consulting in some ways, or maybe it's some people like, well, it sounds like therapy. Well, it's not therapy, right? So we're gonna go into a bit more of that and see how it's different from those kind of things. So when you think about coaching, let's think about like what comes up in your mind. I say the word. Let's say someone says, "Hey, I'm being coached." What comes up in your mind? Just think about it for a minute. Sometimes you might think of a sports coach, or you might think of a consultant or someone advising. You might even think, "Oh, I have a mentor. They're my coach," right? Well, there's a difference. There's a big difference between coaching and I'll include a link in the show note captions for this podcast on a visual aid of where the difference is between what coaching does, what coaching is, and what it isn't. So when you think about sports coaching, that's what people would most likely think about when it comes to coaching. In professional coaching, it's not about, as a coach, it's not about me telling you, "Hey, you need to do this." I've done this. I've been there. This is what you need to do. That's like consulting. That's like mentoring, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's fine. That's okay. The thing is with coaching is it's about asking the right questions, and it's about diving deeper into seeing what is your potential, where is this at, what can you do, what is custom made towards you, and what can you do with that and create actionable steps that are specifically for you. Imagine, for example, right? We had Christmas, not that long ago. Feels like it was a while, but it's only been a few weeks. Imagine if someone said to you, "Hey, I can give you a step-by-step plan, perfectly tailored to you and what you want to do in order to achieve your goals. All tasks, daily tasks, monthly objectives, quarterly objectives to meet your goal, whether that's in revenue, whether that's in it's within your relationship with your partner, with friends, family, anything, right? What if someone could build that out for you? Well, what's that worth to you? And it's specifically tailored to you, right? It's not someone else's ideology that they're trying to push on you. It's one that's specifically for you. That's what coaching is. That's what it unlocks. It unlocks the steps that you need to take that are geared towards you, your personality, how you lead. It's not about changing who you are as an individual. It's about leveraging the strengths that you already have and then making that work for you in a exponential form. So I want to talk about mentoring a little bit. So mentoring is when someone shares advice based on their experience. So if you have a mentor, that's likely what's happened. Usually a mentor is someone who's a couple steps ahead of you. Coaching, on the other hand, focuses on your experiences and goals that you want to achieve, right? And like I said, unlocking those steps that you need to take that are specifically tailored to you. Now let's go into consulting, right? Consulting and mentoring are getting kind of close, but they are a bit different, and you'll see that in the visual aid that I have in the show note captions. Consulting provides answers and strategies. So you hire a consultant. What do? They come in, got a big old binder, and they're saying, boom, they put it on a desk and they say, yep, this is it. This is what you need to do. This is how you fix it, right? So you read it, you take those steps, and you do it. But that's based off of their experiences, what they've done, and what's worked for them, and maybe with other clients. But you're not them, and you're not other clients. You are a fingerprint. You are unique. You are a unique individual. Every single one of you are all unique, and you all have potential that is specifically tailored towards you and what you can achieve. Then there's therapy. So in coaching, maybe not so much in my practice in leadership and executive coaching, even though it comes up here and there. Maybe say like a life coaching, which is a thing. You can't be a certified life coach. Therapy is when you're addressing a past trauma and there's some sort of emotional healing that needs to happen. Coaching, we might recognize that. And as a coach, we work with therapists. Like therapists, we will work together with the same client to help them achieve their goals. But the therapist is focusing on those past traumas and trying to heal that. Whereas coaching, we're forward thinking. And we're help guiding you towards the goal that you're trying to make. Okay. As a coach, I'm not a licensed therapist. Okay. I'd get in a whole lot of trouble if I was to get into that space of therapy. That's not the space of what coaching does. But it's future focused. We might recognize it. So for example, an analogy I like to use is you're walking down the street and you see something. Something is there. It's not good. And maybe that is emotional trauma. We see it. We recognize it. When we're coaching, we recognize that. We work around it. We find out what our next steps are to achieve our goals. The therapist will see that and they'll go there. And they'll help the individual work through that and go through emotional healing. That is where the difference is. So why does this matter? Well, understanding the misconceptions of coaching can help us prevent other people from seeking it out and fully embracing what coaching is, right? So we want to talk about that. We want to focus on what coaching is and understand its power and how it is different. So with coaching, I want to define it. So as a International Coaching Federation certified coach, also known as the ICF, they have their own definition. I'm gonna use mine. I've taken some of their portions, but I want to bring mine together. So coaching is a partnership that inspires individuals to maximize their personal and professional potential. It's about exploring possibilities and not prescribing solutions. That's what coaching is. And at Mogul Performance, we take it up a notch and we really drive and we really push our clients to reach that next level. And it's hard. It's really hard because you really have to dig deep. to find those possibilities. So the core principles of coaching is it's client focused, it's client centered. Coaching is about you. It's about the agenda, the goals, and the solutions that are guided by your priorities and what you want to achieve. That is what coaching is about. It's centered on you. In coaching, a really good coach is going to use very thought-provoking questions. And they'll use them in a way that gets you to think. And it can get really uncomfortable. But in discomfort, there is growth and there's progress. And that is what a good coach does. A coach also provides accountability and growth. They will help hold you accountable and help you understand how to keep yourself accountable. Because you are ultimately the one driving the process. Like the saying goes, you can bring a horse to water. You can't force him to drink it. And then lastly, coaching has a non-directive approach. So again, it's not like consulting, it's not like mentoring, it's not telling someone what to do. Coaching doesn't involve giving that advice or just like transferring knowledge to someone else. Where coaching is about helping you become the best version of yourself and not copying someone else's journey. The last thing you want to do is copy what someone else is doing because that works for them, but you are not them. You are you, right? So why does it work? What's so great about coaching? Well, like I said, coaching is very hard for a client at time, especially when you're trying to perform and get to that next level. You have to think internally. You have to be extremely internally self-aware as well as externally self-aware. You need to know what your wants and your desires are, and also how you put yourself out into the world and how others are receptive to that. Are you aware of how you interact with other people and what their feelings are? Do you know how they truly feel? Well, at Mogul Performance, we do provide that opportunity for people to understand their internal and external self-awareness. When you're able to do that, studies have shown that leadership coaching improves team's performance by 19% and boosts employee engagement by 29%. So if you have someone who's working, or a team of people, a whole team, say a team of 10 people, working 30% faster. Let's just put this on a production line. What's the ROI on that? What could that look like for you? All because you are learning and growing as a leader and you're creating strategic steps to help guide the team towards to reaching maximum potential while also being motivated and engaged while being there. So at Mogul Performance, we've worked with clients who have started off as they've just been overwhelmed. Everything is just, the morale is not good, the team culture is not good, the engagement is going down, and they're just uncertain about where they are. But through coaching, that's when they start becoming confident. We talk a lot about the imposter syndrome, right? Sometimes we feel that. Sometimes we get promoted into a position or we're working into a position and we're like, I don't feel like I belong here. With coaching, helps you understand that, maybe you might still feel that way. But what if that feeling of quote unquote imposter syndrome, what if that is actually saying, I care. I care so much, I feel like I don't belong here. But because I know that I care, I know I can do a good job. I know I can drive a team. I know I can help them take a step forward. I know I can help them beyond the workplace, but even with their families, because they love what they do, they love where they work, they love working with a servant leader, which we'll talk about later. So I want to go a little bit more into kind of a promotional again into what Mogul Performance, how our approach is into coaching. So we have tailored packages, like I talked about, for leaders at different stages. We use psychometrics. It's not just we just come into this and we're like, we're just gonna just come in and we're just gonna start coaching. No, we base our coaching on a foundation of a psychometric to help you understand who you are, your personality, how you engage in conflict, how you avoid conflict, how you want to receive behavior and give and how you give behavior to other people. We really are boosting that internal and external self-awareness of an individual. We use that as a baseline. So when a client is struggling with another executive and they're not realizing why there's so many roadblocks, we take a look at, maybe we'll pull back and we use those assessments as a foundation to help them get to their next step. And then lastly, we have the Mogul Collective. So what is the Mogul Collective? Well, are you a highly driven individual? Do you want to continue to move forward? Do you want to be around other people who are highly driven, or do you want to be around people who are okay with where they're at? Well, the Mogul Collective is a group of individuals. We come together and you get to be around people who are highly driven. You get a network of people who are like you, people who are going to push you. You will not, I will say this again, you will not feel like you are the smartest person in the room. Everyone who is in the Mogul Collective brings something that you are nowhere near knowledgeable about. And it's important to surround ourselves with those kind of people. And it's great because it's a virtual environment where you get people from all across the United States, maybe even the world in some cases, to come together and to talk about some of the business struggles that they're facing, maybe how that relates to you. And then you can start seeing things from a different perspective outside of the coaching. So I just want to wrap up here. So what we talked about today is we talked about what coaching is, what coaching isn't, how it's different than therapy, how it's different than consulting, how it's different than mentoring. Again, visual aid will be in the show note captions for you to identify that. In that visual aid too, I will add, there's a couple free resources on there to help you identify areas that maybe are lacking in your business, in your organization, in your team, and then what you need to do. It's a one-page leader guide. That's what it's called, a one-page leader guide. That's one free resource you can use. You can download it. There's also a leadership self-assessment. You can download that as well. It gives you an idea of where you are in your leadership capabilities and what you need to do in order to improve on those. Again, so coaching unlocks your potential. How easy if someone tells you what to do, right? We always want the easy answer. But is that what makes us moguls? The easy answer? I would say no. I would argue against that. So I want you to think about this. Think about where you are in your leadership journey. Are you a new leader? You've been a leader for a while? Are you ready for the next step? Are you ready to challenge yourself? Are you ready to reach the next level? Well, if this resonates with you, visit our website at mogulperformance.com and you can learn about some of our packages in more detail, and you can book a discovery call. Love to talk to you about what Mogul Performance can do for you as an individual. We're also on LinkedIn at Mogul Performance. We're on Instagram at Mogul Performance. We're on Facebook at Mogul Performance. Now, we'll say Instagram, we have more stories and reels and things like that that come up. So we're very active on Instagram, but we also are very active on LinkedIn as well. So go ahead and check those out. Give those a follow, like, and share those, and let us know how some of the blogs or some of the reels, how those resonate with you. Just want to say thank you for your time. This is the first episode of the Mogul Performance Podcast. I had a really good time spending time with you guys. I want you to remember that we are all on a path, but you weren't meant to follow someone else's path. You have your own path. You were meant to create your path. So let us help you create that path. Until next time, thank you for listening.